Hi. So I've been giving more sessions and I really like this sort of activity because this is where I start learning a lot just by having different sort of people talking about their experiences and then with them either getting out of body or me getting out of body and helping them, like we can address the entity case and like all kinds of beings, issues, problems in life. And the amazing thing about that is that no matter how many people there are and no matter how different they are, usually the issues that run deeper are actually like pretty eye-opening, and at the same time they can connect a lot of our beliefs and how the reality works. So it's always an amazing thing because like with every session I sort of connect the dots with how things work and how it's all connected and stuff. So that being said, I gave a session to one of my friends, and it's connected to basically having issues with relationships, like best friends and like lovers and all this stuff, and entities that affect both parties. And with that, I'm gonna go a little bit sideways, but sometimes we have parents, or sometimes we have twins, and as twins are born, no matter like where they are in the world, there are occasions where they dress the same way, they look the same way, they think the same way. No matter how far they are, they can feel each other, and like they just have a very very strong connection. So with that idea, there's also from today's sessions I found out that there are entities, and basically there are higher parties like authorities like reptilians and stuff, and they're making sure that they can track people and keep them connected, and if anything happens, like they have control of over how they react and like the whole stuff. So basically reptilians, and like they are like working with their DNA, DNA modifying and stuff like that, and they create these entities that can like be the same being but split in two, and it's basically like a twin entity. And that twin entity enters both parties with you and the person you care about, care for, the person you love, and it's basically usually between friends, lovers, or someone who you are really close to. And that entity can be like a little thing in the body, like a little cell, and you might not notice it. It might not do any harm. It's just there, and so you live your day-to-day life. It's not bothering you. You're not feeling it. It's not affecting you in a bad way. And okay, it's almost as if there is no entity there. And with all that, sometimes if two people, you might have your best friend, your lover, whoever that you have a relationship with, or some sort of connection, and you might have a stronger connection. They like the stronger connection people have, and so these entities. Basically, one entity at one party, you might have your best friend, your lover, whoever, just choose the person. And so this entity will try to, okay, things happen in life. You might get triggered, you might get depressed, sad, something happens, something traumatizing, something that gets your emotional stage from where you were in your comfort zone, where you were feeling really happy, to the place where now you're bummed, you're scared, you're worried, afraid, and all of those things are triggering you. So this entity, with the person who's having all those emotions all over the place, it's all up and down, emotional roller coaster. This emotion all over the place is basically being picked up by the entity and sent to the other party. Now, of course, there are times when people who have a very strong connection can feel each other. They can feel each other, oh, I know, you can be on your work, you can do whatever, and if anything happens to the person you really care about, you feel it. You pick it up, and you might have this sort of sensation in your chest and stuff, and you're like, damn, something happened, and you might give them a call, you care about them and stuff, and you just pick that up because you have a strong connection. Now, so how do these entities play a part? Basically, it's not that they simulate you feeling that sort of state, but these entities will cause you to focus on the negative. Because sometimes when you are far apart from each other, you might not be there to help. You might not do anything. And so you can support them, you can stay in the high vibration, you can be uptone and stuff. And if anything happens to the person you care about, and if they're feeling negative, your emotional tones don't match. You're doing great, you might have best day ever, you just got your salary, you have money, and you're ready, you just got raise and stuff, great stuff might happen in your life. And the person you care for might have the worst day ever. They got in the car accident, left someone, lost someone they love, and something happens. So you, on the emotional tone level, you do not match. And so you have a choice to meet them on the same level and oh, okay, they're feeling sad, so I'm gonna match, and being empathetic and stuff. So you get in that place where you're sad and you're bummed out too, but now you connect and now you two can be there together. But at the same time, it's not really healthy, Because even though we can connect and have a connection with people, like, yeah, we understand, like, I'm in the same shoes, I'm depressed just like you are, but that doesn't really help because the person still stays in that place, and good, the person is understood, but at the same time, you can be in that really great place and be just at the same time really empathetic, feel them, understand them, support them, and not tell, like, hey, don't worry, life's gonna be great. They're not gonna stop worrying just because you tell them do not worry. It doesn't change like that. But to be there as a good listener, as a person who's there for them to let it out, talk it out and stuff, so you can stay in your really good positive place and let them talk it out and share whatever happens and just be there, confront it, listen, understand them, don't judge, don't give any advice unless they ask for it and stuff. I mean, that's my rule. Like, when I'm working as an auditor and stuff, I do not give any advices unless people want them, and then I can share my thoughts. But even then, like, hey, this is a subjective advice from my opinion. It doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. You can try it, but do not think that this is the only truth. I can only, like, sort of be here for you, listen to you, and, just help you solve your problems, but I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Like, it's your decision. So with that, as a person, you can be a great listener and be there for them, but you resonating in really high frequencies, you're going to help that person to live from the negative place to that place. So now you are helping people to lift up. And that being a thing, coming back to the entities. These entities, those twin entities, one entity picks up all the negativity. Like, if you have a really hard day and stuff, they will pick up all of those negative emotions. And the other one is like basically like a transmitter signal. Okay, my sibling is having this sort of hard day, I'm going to react. And so now you can pick up that someone you care for is having a hard day, and you can react to it and, like, start reacting and start worrying and, like, be in that negative place. Or you can, like, okay, they're having a bad day, I'm gonna be there for them and I'm gonna help them. And so you hype yourself in that place where you can be there for a person consciously and, like, ready all the time, or you can lower yourself and start like, oh, what happened? And now the great day you were having is gonna be, like, messed up. So the point with these entities is that the second one that picks up the signal from the one that's, like, having all those experiences emotionally, the second entity is there just to cause you to think about a negative and to trigger you. Because you can have a great day and you can understand what's going on in life and confront it, but not go down an emotional tone level, not get bummed out, not get worried, afraid, stressed, and all this stuff. But this entity will try us to, like, hey, look, your body's having a problem. I'm picking up. I know it. And they're, like, causing you to think about it. And it's basically all those what if this, what if that, and all those worries and concerns and stuff. This entity is as if, like, causing those, like, ripples of negative emotions inside you and causing you to think about a negative. And now when you focus on the negative, all the great day you were having, all your focus on whatever you were doing is going to be dropped. And now you can choose to accept the situation and continue on your good day and feel good and be there for people that you love and care for. Or you can choose, okay, I'm going to be bummed out too. It's your choice. And the thing is, we can be in control of how we feel. And these entities want us to be triggered, want us to be feeling negative and bad and, like, all these things. Because on the stone level, when we're doing great in life, when you're, like, vibrating high and you're doing great, they do not like that. Because you're successful, because you're a threat to them, because the better you do, the more you can manifest good things in your life, the better you can do. And they do not like that. They would like us to suffer. And, out there in this whole multiverse, like, the good side is sort of lazier on the physical. We have sort of death trap and different things. And reptilians like Grace and Archons, they're, like, pretty much in control, like, making sure that we're, as a cattle, we're pretty much, like, on the leash and cannot do anything. So people who get out of body, who have more abilities, they're being more targeted because, like, hey, those people are a threat. They can take away our control, and, like, they feel the sort of fear from us because we are powerful when we're doing good. And when we're not doing so good, they're like, oh, okay, they won't be a threat today. So the whole point of the entities is that they will be there to cause us to think negative and pick up on those. And it's our job to acknowledge it and try to maintain our levels of, like, how we feel and how we do in life and control ourselves. So with all that, it's been a thing, like, I'm reading some comments, like, on my channel, and I really love getting out of body and giving sessions and stuff, and finding this information, I really like sharing about it. Like, hey, look, I found this thing. Just today, I found out these, like, twin entities that will cause people to feel this way. And of course, like, damn, like, they really mess with us and stuff. And, like, of course, it's negative. So when I'm sharing this information, I don't want to scare people or like, oh, look, there's another entity that can fuck with us. Yeah. No, I don't want to be like that, and I don't want to scare people and make you think how bad it is and like how we're like messed up and there's no way out and stuff. My point is like, okay, look, when we're working on ourselves, or sideways, but at least I know it's like when I'm working on myself and I'm like acknowledging my issues and like working through life, like looking for agreements and just trying to make myself feel better, or not just feel better, but like take care of issues and problems, and by solving the negative and being in control, I am doing much better in life. And so a few days ago I was like talking about having myopia, and then like I talked to a person while giving like just like having two-way comment, like giving sessions and stuff, and I just talked about like okay, here's an example of how I would address this. And so as I'm talking to my viewer John, I like like okay, I'm lazy to do eye yoga and this and that, and I focus completely on doing eye yoga, or like not liking, not wanting to do eye yoga, but basically not doing eye yoga. And the thing is, once we focus on our issues, for example, like doing soul contract things and revoking those agreements, we focus on something specific, and the more we talk about it, the more we are aware of our issues and like agreements and who's controlling us, our limiting beliefs and stuff. And the more we are aware of it, the better it is and easier it is to get rid of it. So we do not even need to take all those commands and work on like for hours to remove all our issues and like work through all those commands. We are so powerful that once we notice our agreements, they will remove themselves. Now the thing about the whole revocation process is that when we're moving through like okay, removing all reinstatement clauses or like duplicates, backups and stuff, we're going all in detailed, and that's really good. Just because once we are aware of it and we remove our issues, it will disappear, but we do not guarantee that it will never come back. So basically, when we're using the whole like removal commands, like 12, 14 of them, like however you do this sort of method, if you do it right, you basically make sure that you not only just remove it, but leave it no way to come back. Like this is reinstatement clause is an agreement that will come back after revocation. So some people might do sessions on themselves and think like, yeah, I did the session, great, but if you forget to mention the part where the agreements can come back, basically you get rid of it, but there's no guarantee that they will not come back. So if you make sure that you remove ability to come back, you basically block any kind of way in this life, in the present, past, future, within all dimensions, densities, levels, realms, realities. There's a whole lot of things. But in this whole session, you basically block every kind of way where they can mess with you on the single thing you addressed. So with that being said, as I am talking to a person and just like being aware of my issues regarding doing eye yoga, and as I talk it out, I've removed those issues. And all of a sudden, I'm not even lazy or not even don't want to do eye yoga. I get interested and I want to do it. And like yesterday, I did like my exercise like 4 times. Today I did like, and I'm excited. I'm like, this is fun. I like it. So that being said, I went off topic, but what I meant to say is that if we are aware of how we're being messed with, of how they're trying to stop us from getting out of body, of how there are death traps, of how they're like don't go into the light because like you're gonna reincarnate and stuff, or you're gonna get like trapped and stuff. If we know how they are messing with us, if we know their ways, if we know what what they're doing to us, we become aware and we do not fall for that trap again. So being aware of these entities, being aware of what they do to us, that alone puts them on a spotlight and scares them like, oh, we should be more careful because the person is aware of our ways, and if we try to do that, they can remove us and get rid of us. So we should probably not do that and find another way to mess with a person. So that's the whole point of sharing all those videos about the entities and stuff. It's not about so much about scaring you, like, oh, it's terrible, look at these and that. It's just like, no, look, they're entities, they can mess with us, but if you know how they're doing and what they're doing, you are basically protected because just your awareness is enough to protect you from that. So anyway, this is today's video. I hope you like it, hope it's useful, and you can like look at your life, see if you have any people around you that are like reacting to the situation, or maybe you're the one and they're picking it up, maybe like they're having a hard time and you pick up and you start worrying. So just like be in control of that, of your emotions. And it's easy for me to like, oh yeah, be in control, like cool. It's not as easy, but if you can practice this, if you can like take your time to just like sort of go through it and not react too much emotionally in a negative way, then basically you cannot feed them in any possible way, and you're pretty much depleting their sources. So with that being said, you can also like be aware of their, like the way they mess with us, how they're like trying to affect us, and just by being aware of it, you're putting a spotlight on a cockroach and you're like, and you bang it, so it has no way of running away and stuff. So just be aware and try to take care of yourself, and that's my message for today. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.